Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic that I don't think I've talked a ton about, and it's basically, what does recovery actually look like? What does it feel like? Are you even going to know when it actually happens? So we're going to jump into that. A really cool video today for those of you that are trying to not only just manage your anxiety, but move towards recovery. But you know what time it is. Smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt today, all right? The question of the day, I want you to go down below in the comments and let me know, do you believe in actual recovery when it comes to anxiety disorder, or do you think anxiety is just something that people have to learn to manage for the rest of their life? I'm very curious to hear what you guys say down below in the comments. Let us know today. So recovery, okay? I like to view recovery in two different forms, okay? I believe that we have the conscious recovery, and then I believe that we have a subconscious recovery. And I don't expect everybody to agree with me. There might be different mental health advocates or therapists that mention different things. I'm just trying to explain what happened to me in my best opinion and how I like to view it. I did suffer for 5 years. I did have panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, crippling health anxiety. And that last year was a big transition. I had a lot of breakthroughs along the way, but that last year was whenever I started putting things together. I really practiced letting go of control. I got better at ignoring symptoms at that point. I had a better routine. I had structure. I practiced things like patience more and gratitude and positive affirmations. I embraced being uncomfortable. And to me, and in working on the root causes, you got to work on all the things that led to it. My lifestyle, the unhealthy choices I was making. I worked on all of that, and then slowly but surely, everything kind of came to be. And I wish I had videos like this to help me along the way. I think it would have propelled my recovery. There weren't a lot of people like me making videos at that time. I had to do everything myself. I was stubborn. I didn't go to therapy. Hell, I'm not even sure if I even picked up an anxiety book at the time. So I had to find out the hard way. So through my experiences, I try to make videos like that. So if you are new to here today, guys, please subscribe. I make tons of videos like this. So I think there is the conscious recovery, and then there's the subconscious recovery. For me, the conscious recovery was the biggest deal, for me. The subconscious recovery, in my opinion, we'll get to it in a second. It's one of those things that you're never going to really know when it happens, okay? But I'll get to that in a second. Conscious recovery is where I fully accept anxiety for what I'm feeling. Like, I'm not worried about it being a disease or a health problem, if you're dealing with health anxiety anyways. Like, I'm not worried about that anymore. I believe the doctors. I have a history of dealing with all this stuff. I never succumb to it. I never die. So I'm not doing that. I'm not making unhealthy choices. I've changed my lifestyle. I have started to address and work on all the root causes that cause stress in my life. So I'm doing better at eliminating stress or preventing stress, and I'm having a good structure, a routine, a lifestyle built around that, working on the root causes. I'm more of a go-getter at this point of my conscious recovery. I embrace feeling uncomfortable. I believe also it's what people call like their F it moment, where I finally it's like a Jesus take the wheel moment, or just like I'm letting go of control, full control. I'm letting the universe or God take over. I'm letting fate take over. And all I can control is just my lifestyle choices and working on preventing stress. If there's a tiny chance that I'm misdiagnosed, I have to be okay with that. If there's a tiny chance that something's going to happen, if I get in an airplane, then I accept that. Conscious recovery is when you fully let go of control. You're working on all your changes. You embrace being uncomfortable, and you're okay with there being a tiny chance of something bad happening. You don't choose to go with that 0.001% anymore. You're not catastrophizing anymore. You've established a new way of thinking, but the subconscious is still kind of hanging on, right? It's not sure, right? You still have that subconscious recovery to come. But guys, I'm telling you, the conscious recovery is a great place to be. That's just the way that I word it, conscious recovery. That's like, it could be 80%, 90% better. Your life is amazing. You can go places, you can do things. Your anxiety's not running you. Now we're just waiting for the subconscious to catch up. And I'm not saying that you're still not a little vulnerable during this time. You may still have a little bit of hypersensitivity, a little bit of vulnerability. You still have some of those old neural pathways and possible tendencies that if you really don't keep on the straight path, you can slip up and go back. I'm not saying that, it's never going to happen. you still got to make sure that you're keeping up with the things that you're doing, whether that be the lifestyle changes, working on your root causes, your routine, exposure, and things like that. But life is so much sweeter. And a beautiful thing happens whenever you get to that point. You almost don't care about getting that extra 10 to 20%. It's like you believe that you're going to get there eventually. Like you just have faith that it's going to happen. But life is so good right now, even if I am living like this and occasionally, you know, I have a little bit of brain fog or I get some tension in my chest and I'm just having these subconscious symptoms still, or I got, you know, a little bit of hypersensitivity that's trying to wear off. Life is great. And it almost just lets you really let go of control even further. And then that's what leads, I believe, to the subconscious thing. It's a combination of you doing everything right, showing leadership, handling your root causes, changing your lifestyle, having a routine, working on your personal virtues, working on your all those things, and then finally just letting go of control and not worrying about how long it's going to take to get that last 5, 10, 15, 20%. And I think that that's a problem. I think we focus so much on like, am I recovered? Am I recovered? Am I recovered? In the end, after the conscious recovery, you almost don't care. I know maybe that might be hard for some of you to grasp, but you almost just don't care. Things are so good. And then I'm telling you, the subconscious will come. I mean, I don't know how long that's going to be for you. For me, it seemed like it was a few months. And then I remember waking up one morning. I've mentioned this before to you guys and some of my coaching clients. I remember waking up one morning, I was just kind of thinking like, man, you know, I used to be in a really bad place. And I was like, man, I ain't had any symptoms or really any issues with catastrophizing or health things. I haven't dealt with that in a few months. I guess I'm recovered. It's almost like it's a dream or something, but it happens so slowly. The subconscious recovery, I believe, is it's not as easy to pinpoint. I think the conscious, for some of you, you might be at that conscious recovery where you really have had a moment where you just like, I'm letting go of control. I'm done fighting this and resisting this. I'm done catastrophizing. I don't care if I'm the tiny statistic. I'm just going to keep working on me and doing me. And in my recovery, if it comes, it comes. You know, I'm just going to do what I can do and let go of everything else. Some of you can pinpoint that day or that week where you made that transition and consciously you transformed and made a decision to let go of control and to make change. And, you know, to continue to just go. But the subconscious one, it just takes so much. I think it takes a lot longer than that. You know what I mean? It happens slower than grass growing. It happens slower than, you know, watching a plant fully mature and produce fruit and vegetables. I mean, it just happens so slow that you can't really see it. You know what I mean? It's just a hard thing to explain. It's kind of gray, but it'll happen. It'll happen because the conscious recovery will allow it to happen because you're just fully letting go of control. And it's just going to be a matter of time before the subconscious aligns with what you're doing consciously. And it's a beautiful thing. And in recovery, it's beautiful. You'll feel thankful that you're out of it, but hear me out. A lot of you are going to be thankful that you went through it because it helped you grow as a person. It changed who you are for the better. Some of you are so much healthier than where you were. So many of you have given up bad things that could have shortened your life anyways. So many of you, I can't talk today, are eating healthier or exercising whenever you weren't doing that before. A lot of you are more patient than you were before, present. You understand the important things in life. You're loving yourself and other people more than what you were doing before. And now you have this new appreciation for life and you have a go-getter mentality. You know, you really, because of what you had to do to get through your anxiety, it's almost like nothing else really compares to it. I got an interview, so what? Or I got to build a business, so what? I overcame freaking health anxiety. I know what it feels like to be dying every freaking day. You know what I mean? So it's like, it prepares you for the next chapter of your life. And I like to view anxiety as a sign that you need to grow as a person. It's time for you to level up and you're going to go through some pain and suffering. And if you answer to it, then you're going to just grow and you're going to be stronger on the other side of it. If you made it this far, go down below in the comments in all caps. I want you to put, I will keep moving forward. I will keep moving forward. If you want more help with your anxiety recovery, if you want more of a detailed step-by-step blueprint of what I did to get out of all those anxiety disorders, it's all condensed. There's a lot of bonus materials, close to 100 videos. It's going to take you step-by-step. Check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. I'm going to put it down below in the description. There's also a link for online therapy if you want to try therapy out. I would encourage that if you've never done it. Also, there's some other social media stuff down there to follow. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't. That link's down below. Please like this video if you got value. And subscribe if you're new here. I make tons of videos like this. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.